for legal, and we actually expect to nice, and we expect
Careful
to
what you say.
yeah, right. We expect to have some movement hopefully early next week, finally, from legal.
Awesome. So it's going to happen, huh? By end of month, it's going to happen potentially.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like we're coming down the home stretch, hopefully. So
I would love it. That'd be great.
yeah. So I mean, that's a quick update. Cause I guess the last one there was what, 3 or 4 of us on there. So just a quick update for everyone else, because there's opportunity for everyone else to get involved on the same end, especially on my side, and hopefully with others. It's a referral partnership between Ignite and ADP with a residual share. So my company has actually grown largely based on this model for years, where we partner with people like ADP, who are talking to same businesses or CPAs or web developers, whoever, where there's a consistent referral source, and we share the monthly residual for as long as that referral is a client of ours. So there's a lot of opportunity to both grow our personal clientele, but also benefit on the back end, either if I'm sending referrals out or receiving referrals. There's a monetary value that can be put on it, as opposed to just helping each other out on the referral side. So we're super excited. You know, ADP is very, very large. We're very, very large. I think there's a lot of synergy. So we're super excited, and hopefully get through all the legal mumbo jumbo quickly, so we can start rocking and rolling.
I hear you. It's been a little slower than I'd like, but you know.
Hey.
Yeah, that's when you get lawyers involved, that's what happens. No offense if there are any on the phone, but
it's just one.
Oh, hey.
So I will say one last thing is at the speaking event, we had seminar in Chicago we had last month, and Michael was part of it. He actually really, with his presentation, actually finally kicked me in the ass and said, okay, now we're going to have to start the process of making sure Mediavine can franchise sooner rather than later. So thanks, Michael. You made contemplate more work.
Great. For all of us.
And we are looking
better than having no work.
Yeah, true that.
That's not the problem these days.
Yeah.
Anybody else got? All right. So one other piece of news is that we're looking at putting a franchising seminar together. I think it's for August in Chicago. More details as that comes together. But that's part of it. As a personal one, we've been taken into our first, I guess you'd say, multiple franchisee holding company, 5 lines of restaurants. And if you ask me what they are, I can't tell you, but we're very happy about that one. Anybody else got any other updates they want to share?
I got an update from kind of post IFA and Frantech. One of our contacts recently we landed a multi-unit franchise. Again, I can't divulge the name currently. Legal, as we talked about, mumbo jumbo going on currently, but contracts have been signed, and we've landed our largest franchise organization, and they're looking to grow, double their size over the course of this year. So we're really excited about the opportunity to get on now and be with them as they continue to grow.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Anybody else with an update?
We had a great franchise buyer client here at FranLaw that is they're gonna just jump out and buy 10 Rosati's pizza franchises, just like that. Open those up.
Awesome.
We can process for Rosati's, just saying.
What's that?
We process for some Rosati's. We're looking for a good credit card processor.
There you go. Good. These will be in Wisconsin and Florida when they want to do both states.
Man, I want to get into them. I like their pizza. Always a fan.
Oh, great pizza,
yeah. Any other updates? Okay, so I'm going to stick everybody on mute.
You're on mute, Fred.
I muted myself. Oh, that was stupid. Damn Clive Gray. So it's all up to you, Shawn. Take it away and let us know. You got your screen share. Everyone can see the Ahhhsome Relaxation screen? Go for it, Shawn. It's up to you.
All right. Well, my name's Shawn Tolman. My partner's name is Elise Jepson. We have a new concept called Ahhhsome Relaxation. And just to give you kind of a background on it, if you Google the word stress, you get about 600 million hits. Money and sex have more hits, but ironically, both of those are major causes of stress. Stress affects absolutely everyone. Things like finances, work, family, politics, any of the myriad of other things that you might be thinking of right now that cause you stress. Stress affects our emotional and our physical health. It's been estimated by the American Institute of Health that 75 to 90% of all visits to primary care physicians are stress-related problems. Either stress caused the problem or it's making it worse. Many of the common stress reducers that we use in today's day are not feasible for most people. Either they're too expensive or they're not convenient. A lot of ways that we use are going on vacation, eating out, go to the movies, we exercise, we meditate. But like getting a massage, you know, it's $75 to $100. You have to have an appointment. You have to fit their schedule to yours. So it's not very convenient. It's pretty expensive, especially if you do it on a regular basis. And it's fairly time consuming because it takes hour and a half for the appointment. Plus you've got to get there, you get undressed, you go in, you come back out. For ladies, my partner, her biggest beef is that she has to go home, she has to shower, she has to redo her makeup, her hair, get dressed again. It takes half her day to go have a massage. So they're not really convenient. They have a short-term benefit, takes a lot of time, and it's expensive to do consistently. What Ahhhsome Relaxation is that we are a 24-hour stress reduction center. We're basically a tech spa. We're member-based, so our members pay $50 a month. They can come 24 hours a day as often as they want, and it's very effective. We use equipment from around the world that in other countries is used for medical treatment. Most people here in the United States have never heard of most of the stuff that we have, but it helps the body to heal. If you're familiar with the medical system in Europe and Asia, they have a preventative system. They don't tend to go to the doctor when they get sick. They go to the doctor, they pay a doctor to keep them healthy. They do a lot of preventative health stuff. And so the equipment that we have isn't so much for symptoms, it helps them, but it helps to keep the body healthy. We're open 24/7. We're very convenient, $50 a month for unlimited visits, so you can come as often as you want. When a member enters Ahhhsome Relaxation, they put their things in a locker. They get a clean pair of awesome socks to wear while they're here. We give them a hot towel, just like the first class flight, to help them relax. And then they get their favorite scent of the organic hand sanitizer to kind of start them off a little personalized aromatherapy. When members enter Ahhhsome Relaxation, they're able to utilize equipment from around the world to de-stress, relax, and improve their health. Here at Ahhhsome, we have the best massage chairs in the world, not like the ones you see at the mall. These are Lamborghinis and Mercedes-Benz, along with a lot of other equipment that's used for health medical treatment in Europe, Asia, and other areas of the world. Far infrared heat, electroreflexology, zero gravity, other treatments that can help alleviate the symptoms from neuropathy, back pain, carpal tunnel, muscle soreness, tension headaches, and much more. Our members are very diverse. They range in age from 8 to 98. Some have chronic health problems. Some are extremely healthy. One member came to us with, he'd been to the doctor. They told him they were going to have to amputate his toes due to neuropathy from his diabetes. He was taking a Lyrica prescription. His cost out of pocket was $270 a month. And that foot machine that you just saw, in 2 weeks, he had 100% of the feeling back in his feet. I have another young man. He's 23, 24. He's been in a car accident, hurt his back. He's had the cortisone shots, steroid shots, everything. Nothing really works. His wife came home, found him in a fetal position on the living room floor. He was in so much pain. He'd already called his doctor. He said, go to the emergency room, have another shot. Didn't really want to do that because it hadn't worked. And she had seen us on Facebook. She's like, well, let's call these guys and see if they can help. Called us up, said, sure, come on over. Walked in, looked like he was about 80 years old, all hunched over, couldn't hardly walk. And literally in 45 minutes, he was almost falling asleep. His pain had gone from what he said was a 9 or a 10 down to a 2 in less than 30 minutes. On the flip side of the equation, we have very healthy members. We have a veteran triathlete, for example, who's currently training for the Hawaii Ironman. He's been doing triathlons for the last 25, 30 years. And he says he's never been able to train as hard, as fast, with as good a results and his recovery as quickly as he has now that he's added Ahhhsome to his daily routine. The health and wellness industry in the United States is $1 trillion business, and it's still growing. Massage Envy is a brand that you're all probably familiar with. They started franchising in 2003. They now have over 1,155 franchises in 49 states, doing more than $1.5 billion in revenue. They also are a membership-based model. Members pay $60 a month for one massage by appointment only from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. Their average franchise has over 1.3 million in annual revenue. By way of comparison, Ahhhsome Relaxation members pay $50 a month for unlimited 24 hours access to multiple therapies, including massage. If we look at today's market, we're all about on-demand, self-checkout, unlimited access. These are the driving forces changing the way we shop at retail stores, rent movies, use cell phones, the internet, even how we watch TV. Ahhhsome Relaxation is the health and wellness solution for our on-demand society that wants relief from pain, stress, and health problems on a convenient, self-directed basis. We're a new concept. We've been in business. We started a prototype 3 years ago next month in a little town in Wyoming. Proved the concept. We were cash positive in 17 days. We ran that for about a year. Then we were able to go to the bank here in town, get an SBA loan, and open this full-size location here in Idaho Falls that you saw in the video. And we've been here, was a year in November, so about 15, 16 months now. So about 3 years total of actual operation. We've been working on the concept for about 8 years. But we have our FDD ready. We're now looking for strategic partners to help us open franchise locations this year in a few key markets. We are going to discount our franchise fee by $15,000 for the first 7 franchises. And that's kind of where we're at right now, is we're looking at franchises. We have a few in the works. We're also looking at a couple of full-size corporate locations in bigger markets than Idaho Falls, where we are right now. I guess one thing to mention about that too, we always get asked, why are you in Idaho Falls? Why aren't you in a big city? And we have 2 reasons. First off, we want to raise our family here. We like the town. It's a good place to raise kids. Both my partner and I have kids, and that's important to us. But we also wanted to prove our concept in a market that was very duplicatable. I know a lot of franchise systems, when they first start out, they go to LA, they go to a prime market with the best location, and they spend a lot on real estate, on advertising and everything, and they knock it out of the park. And then their franchises, for the most part, never achieve those same numbers because they can't duplicate the situation that they set up their prototype in, or their corporate franchise. Here in Idaho Falls, we have a population of about 50,000 people. It's a rural conservative community, and we figure if we can do it in a little town in Wyoming, we can do it here in Idaho Falls. Any market that we go into at the franchise, whether it's Atlanta, Georgia, or Dallas, or California, or Phoenix, or wherever, they're going to far exceed the results that we have here, simply because of numbers. It's a numbers game, and when you have 10 times the population and half the area, you know you're going to do as well or better than we did here. I don't want to get into too much detail on the franchise itself, as far as the FTD stuff, so that we can stay in compliance with those. I do have my email for franchise information there on the bottom of the screen. And if you or any of your clients are interested in possibilities or learning more, we're available in all of the non-registration states. So we have 37 states that we can currently offer franchises in. The other ones, if there was an interest, we can go ahead and proceed with their registration in those states, and then get the non-disclosure signed and receipt of FDD and send that out to whoever's interested and talk details with them. Any questions, Fred?
Let me see if I've got everybody unmuted at this point. Okay, who's got questions? Questions? Anybody questions?
Shawn, Shawn, this is Dan at ADP. What's the normal staff size expectation?
We have 6 employees here. We're staffed Monday through Saturday, 10 till 9, primarily for new members. Our first visit is free. Our number one marketing tool is word of mouth. Our members bring guests in, and their first visit's free. We want them to come try us out. There's nothing like us anywhere in the world, and people don't know what to expect. They don't know what it is. So we bring them in, we put them on equipment. They're here for an hour and a half and get a taste. But our staff primarily is just to do customer service. They sign up new members and take them on those tours. So compared to like a Massage Envy, our staffing requirements is a third or less. Pretty low.
How about build time to get up to speed? Like, a lot of hair salons might take a year or two to have enough clientele.
We're expecting here in Idaho Falls, like I said, we've been open for a little over a year. We have 600 members, and we expect here we were cash positive in less than 6 months, and we expect full-size markets like Boise or anywhere bigger to do that in probably half the time, 3 to 4 months, to get to the level we expect our franchises to do 1,500-1,600 members pretty easily within a year to 18 months.
Other questions? What you said you got a couple of franchises pending. What states are those in? Can you say, or?
We are the ones that are real serious. There's a possibility in Wyoming. We have a couple in Utah, and then we are also looking to open a second corporate location in Boise, Idaho.
Okay.
Just curious, I'm based here, Lucid Press, Nick from Lucid Press, based in Utah. We're in Utah.
Salt Lake mainly.
Okay.
Between the location I'd like is on 21st South, right there by David's Bridal.
Yeah. With a follow-up question, with having some equipment, you saw some like you said, the Lamborghini, Mercedes, and massage chairs, and some other forms of de-stressing. What kind of certifications do you need, or training as far as onboarding these employees so they can function the equipment properly?
There isn't any certification. We're very careful. We advertise and promote that we are a stress reduction relaxation center. We have research from multiple universities and companies around the world on equipment, on therapies. Most of it is not accepted or approved by the FDA. Somebody comes in with neuropathy, for example, we can tell them this piece of equipment in Germany has been found to do this, and it might work for you, it might not.
All right.
We know that it's going to have the same effect that it does in other countries, but we don't make any claims of curing or whatever on a medical basis. We go through a pretty stringent training process with our employees. Like I said, we've been working on this for about 8 years. We have a lot of information gathered and results from other countries, other facilities. The red light therapy is one that we can do a little bit more with here because of NASA research and military research. Still not FDA, but they're big enough entities here in the United States, and the results they have had and the treatments that they use in the space program and in the military program, that we don't get any pushback from sharing what they say it does. But the other part of it is we do make a lot of information available to the members when they're here. So we have video and audio tours with instructions that share a lot of this research with them that they can listen to while they're on the equipment. We also have it all in print format, so they can actually sit down in one of the chairs or in the cafe and read through actual research from these other countries and other facilities. So we provide a lot of education. We also have the treatment or the knowledge from that research to tell them which machines or which equipment to use based on what they say their complaints are. Does that answer your question?
It does. Yeah, thank you.
You said you mentioned that NASA or the red light treatment, was that what you said?
Red light therapy started actually by accident. In space, you don't heal correctly or as fast. So when the astronauts are in space, they get little scrapes or cuts or whatever on their hands, on their body, and they don't heal right. And accidentally, they discovered that their hands and their forearms healed faster than the rest of their body. And as process elimination, they figured out it was because of the grow lights that the plants that they were growing there in the space station or wherever that they would be working in underneath those lights accelerated the healing. And so they started doing research on it, and they discovered this very narrow band of wavelength of red light that stimulates healing. Since then, the last 30 years, they've done a lot of research. They've done medical studies. One of the first ones they did was with children who had radiation and chemotherapy burns from cancer treatment. A lot inside of their esophagus where it was so raw they couldn't eat, it hurt too bad. And they developed a red light therapy that they'd shine this specific wavelength in their throat, and the kids weren't afraid of it, didn't hurt, and it healed the skin. It helped them to recover, and so they were able to eat, and they were able to maintain their weight while they were in this chemotherapy and radiation treatments. They use it a lot for burns. They use it for pain management, for treatment. In the course of their research, it was discovered that it also is a collagen producer, so it became an aesthetic thing where especially women use it a lot in the spas and med spas for wrinkles, and it helps to firm up the face and clear up things like that. Diminishes scars. We've got a lady here that had a severe grease burn on her arm and was doing the red light therapy through the whole time. It never blistered, it never peeled, and you can't even tell that she had a burn now on her arm just a couple of weeks later. They've used it for quite a while in the military. We had a retired special forces guy here a few weeks ago, and he said, "Oh yeah, I know all about red light therapy. We used to use this before we went on missions." And I was like, "That's interesting. We've never seen any of that studies." And he's like, "Oh, you would not see these studies." So they've been using it in preparing for missions for decades, he said.
Wow. Okay. Any other questions?
The Olympics actually were debating whether or not to ban red light therapy because they have found that athletes recover faster from their workouts when they use red light therapy than if they use steroids. And there's no side effects. It's kind of cool.
Very much so.
Yeah.
Okay. Any other questions?
I got one more just from me. It's sort of hog question time. You mentioned having a couple, like Fred asked, a couple in Utah, another one in Wyoming. What's your growth plan look like over the next year? And do you have goals as far as how many you are hoping to open over the next year or 3 years?
Mm-hmm.
We would like to have 6 to 10 open by the end of this year. We expect to do 30 next year and probably 100 the next year. When we look at the growth that Massage Envy had and is still having, and when you compare our income and our net profit and everything straight across the board to theirs, we blow them out of the water. So we fully expect to do better than they have and in 10 years we'll have over 1,000 locations.
Awesome.
Sorry, taking notes.
Got an easy group this morning.
Yeah, just saying. Cool.
So Shawn, just sort of you know, thinking about the business model and how it's gonna expand for that franchisee. In your experience building this up, have you partnered with to you know, other boutique style medical facilities, maybe with like, you know, plastic surgery, things like that, in order to have like a referral base for clients?
We have a little bit here. It's more informal. We expect and are planning in the larger markets where there is more of that type of industry, that it would be a huge referral base, and also potential partnership as far as actual franchisees for some of those doctors and medical professionals that are looking to invest or diversify. It works great with chiropractic, with physical therapy, with surgery recovery. I mean, we've got guys here that have had both hips replaced, have had both shoulders reconstructed, different things like that. First one was done before they were a member at Ahhhsome Relaxation. The second one was done after. Same surgeon, same everything. In the case of one member, it was the same shoulder that had to be completely redone. And their recovery and response while coming to Ahhsome, when they go in for their 6-week checkup to start physical therapy, they're already beyond where the other side was after physical therapy. Their range of motion is better, their recovery's better, their healing's better. And the doctor will be like, oh, you must just be a fast healer. And they're like, well, how come I'm faster on this side than last side? And it's coming here. A lot of it's the far infrared heat. It penetrates up to 5 inches. It helps soft tissue repair. So it helps with injury. It helps with surgery. It helps with pretty much anything. I went down on ice in December, went down, hyperextended my ankle, went in the emergency room. When they x-rayed it, I had literally an inch too big of a gap inside my socket. And they're like, oh, you're going to need surgery. I went into the surgeon, said, I don't want surgery, put me in a boot, crutches, told me wait for 6 weeks and would see what happened. Literally in 7 days, I was walking with a normal shoe, no crutches, no brace. Went back to the surgeon, walked in, he just looked at me like, that looks pretty good. What's going on? And I told him what we're doing and gave him a gift certificate for him and his wife to come over, and they still haven't been here.
You're taking money away from them. Cut me slack.
Yeah.
Actually, with those guys, they are missing the boat, because think about it. If you're a knee surgeon or a hip surgeon, and you could advertise that your patients recover twice as fast as anybody else in town, they should be buying a membership here for all of their patients. Their post-surgery, we're not going to change whether or not they need surgery when they send them to us after the surgery, but their recovery time and the results from the surgery are twice as fast or better. They have less pain. They have more range of motion, better healing. I think it's a no-brainer, but to get some of them to take the time to come over is crazy.
And it's certainly cheaper than a
is
traditional rehab facility.
Oh yeah, and less painful, and takes less time,
Right.
and it's more enjoyable. We do have a few doctors that are referring all our patients. We have a DO here who specializes in autoimmune diseases. She has a connective tissue disorder of her own in her joints. And normally when the weather changes, it gets cold and wet, rainy, her fingers swell up, they're purple, they look like sausages, they're painful, she can't work. Here a couple months ago, we had about a week of stormy weather. She came in about halfway through that week, and she came up to my partner and she just kind of shook her hand in her face and said, look at these fingers. And she's like, yeah, they look pretty normal to me. And she's like, I know. Normally they'd be this, and I couldn't even work. And I don't know what it is here that works, but I'm coming every day. And she refers all of her clients here now, even the ones that they don't know what's causing their problem, because they're seeing results. They're seeing benefits from coming.
That's awesome.
other doctors, we have a specialist up here, deals with inflammation. We have a number of patients or clients here, members that have rheumatoid arthritis. They have different diseases that cause inflammation in their body. And there's a marker in your blood that they track, they test to see how bad the inflammation is. Normal people are between a 0 and a 10 when they do this blood test. And Michelle, 2.5 years, this specialist tried every treatment he knows of, including chemotherapy. During chemotherapy, they were able to get her marker down to a 61. That's the lowest they could get her in 2.5 years. She had a monthly blood draw every month. They go in and do a new test. They see where it's at. They adjust her medication. She came in to see us on a Tuesday, saw us on Facebook, signed up, came Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So she had been 4 times, went in Friday afternoon for her normal monthly blood draw. When they got the results the next Tuesday, she was a 10 or a 13. So she had a 90-something% decrease in 4 days. And then it's his blood test that they've been running every month for 2.5 years. He doesn't believe that we can do anything. We have another gal who has been on Synthroid for almost 11 years. Her thyroid's working again. She doesn't need the medication. Her doctor wants her to quit doing whatever she's doing until they figure out why she doesn't need the medication anymore. She told him he was crazy.
Yeah. Wow.
We've got other people, I mean, they come in, and the cool part is with the doctors and prescriptions, the doctors are taking them off the prescriptions because they don't need them anymore. We have one member who, when they first started coming here, was on 13 different prescriptions. And the last I talked to them, they're down to 3.
So have you dealt with any insurance companies, health insurance companies?
We're starting. Most HSAs and flexible spending accounts are paying for a membership. Insurance companies, I think, will eventually. They're starting to, at least out here where you guys are from, big cities, probably more so, but a lot of insurance companies are now reimbursing for gym memberships if you go a certain number of times per month, because they are seeing that those people are healthier and have less claims. And we're in the preliminary discussions with a couple of different companies and billing companies to try and figure out how to get an Ahhhsome membership approved for basically the same type of program to where it would be covered. But it hasn't happened yet. We're still new. They're trying to figure out what exactly we are.
Mm-hmm.
And there's an insurance, one of our guys, Bowler in Denver, is in insurance, and he might be able to help.
That'd be great.
It's
all in who you know.
That's what we're about, is getting people connected. Any other questions, folks? Okay, if no other questions.
You know, we're looking for, like I said, strategic partners that either want to just start something new that's a good business model, or somebody that's existing. I know there's a couple of actual massage franchise systems out there and chiropractor franchise systems that would be a good mix where they could add this. The cool part with all of those is we don't replace the massage therapist. We don't replace the chiropractor. But what we find is that when somebody is coming to Ahhhsome, we kind of take the maintenance role, and we're able to keep them loose. We keep them fit. When they go to the chiropractor, when they go to the massage therapist, that therapy works better and sticks longer, and they are happier with the result. So the adjustment they get at the chiropractor or the massage they get at the massage therapist is more effective, and it sticks with them longer than if they're just going there once a month. So it's a good mix. It'd be a good fit for somebody who had that type of business that, you know, their patients, their clients can't afford to come and have 3 massages a week. They can come in, have a weekly massage, spend $50 a month and do Ahhhsome on a daily basis or 5 times a week or whatever their schedule allows. And then when they come in and do the massages, they're more effective, happier with their overall results.
So fitness coaches might be a good connection.
Fitness coaches, any type of health treatment, post-surgical, I think is phenomenal. Chiropractic, massage, physical therapists, personal trainers, gyms. You know, a lot of the gyms that we've talked to, you know, they have a quote relaxation portion. They'll have 2 massage chairs or something, and that's the extent of what they have. We're right next door to a World Gym here, and we have people that will go work out. They'll shower. The cool part about the far infrared heat especially, but we have a couple other things that help too. You know, the sore muscles you get after lifting weights and working out, it's from micro tears in the muscle. It's how the muscle builds. There's micro tears in the muscle, and then as it heals, it grows back stronger. That's why we get bigger muscles. We get stronger because of those injuries that we're doing to the muscles, if you will. The equipment we have here helps the body recover and heal quicker from those micro tears from the sore muscles, which means you're able to do more, recover faster, and have a better result from your workout. We've even had people with pretty significant weight loss because we're able to reduce cortisol levels in their bodies that are caused by stress. And as soon as they lower their cortisol levels, the last 10 or 15 pounds that they've been stuck at trying to get rid of melts away. So it could even be a good fit for any type of a weight loss program as a ride along.
I got a client that we're building a system for them. They do, he's what I'll say is a fitness coach, and his stuff is based on personalized programs based on individual blood and lab numbers. So it's all personalized to the individual, but this could be something that he'd be interested in as an add-on. So I'll talk to him.
You bet. Well, there's the email address. Our website is ahhsomerelaxation.com. There's also a contact us option there that you can reach me on. My cell phone number, if anybody wants that, is 208-313-1089.
Say that again.
And would love to. 208-313-1089. And if you have any ideas or suggestions or questions, by all means, reach out and give me a call or shoot me an email.
Okay, we'll chat. I'll chat. Not a problem. Anybody else? Thank you, sir.
Appreciate your time, Shawn.
It's
Yeah.
Thanks, Shawn.
very cool.